students. Today I'm going to show you how to do your half portrait summative, where you draw half a portrait. This is going to be leading up to your final portrait. So if you look here, there's two halves of a portrait. As you can already see that I've started doing, I started drawing the outlines. But you're basically going to have a portrait where you draw the other half. You are going to be graded on proportion, how big everything is, and if it's the right size in relation to everything else, on your shading and everything else. I've already taught you how to do eyes, noses, and mouths. So if you don't remember it, please go back to that lesson. But first we're going to do a quick little exercise to help us with this lesson. First thing we're going to do is going to find the center axis line. So that's going to be the line that goes up, that divides the face in half, going from the top of the head to the bottom of the chin. We're going to do it on this guy because he's facing straight first, alright? So these are just pictures I got from a magazine. This is the center axis line. It goes right down the middle of his nose. Notice it goes right through the curve in the middle of his lips, all the way to the center of the bottom of his chin. On this lady, her face is a little bit curved, it's not straight on. So the axis line will be curved a little bit, not quite that much. Right there. So you can see that this is going to be, this center axis line is going to give you where everything else is lined up. If I had a woman like this, who's was facing really to the side, my center axis line would still go through her nose like that. Okay? If I had someone else who was curved, I would still get that center axis line. Adele's a little bit curved, so her axis line is going to be a little curved too. Okay? So, you're going to be doing the center axis line. Then you're going to draw a line for the eyes, the eyebrows, a line for the eyes, a line for the nose, and a line for the mouth. Alright? Same here, I'm going to do it on him. His nose is here, his eyes are here, eyebrows are there, and mouth is here. So you're going to start off and find the axis line, the eyebrow line, the eye line, the nose line, and the mouth line. If you want to go and figure out how the nose is shaped, you can also do your little triangle to help you figure out how to make the nose. So I'm going to fix my little triangle. Remember, I taught you that if you find the middle of the nose, the little circle, and the triangle is going to be how big and how the nose is angled. Alright? So, I'm going to show you a couple things just to review proportions. If you draw a line from your eye, the middle of your eye down, and the other side, middle of the eye down, that's about how long the lip is going to be. See? Middle of the eye, middle of the eye. It's about how long the mouth is, alright? Another thing is, if you notice from the top of the back of the eyebrow to the top, you go backwards, that's the top of the ear. From the bottom nostril, you go backwards, that's going to be about, oops, I messed up. So his nostril's here, I'm going to erase this so you can see it. If I do a line back, that's about how big your ear is going to be, alright? Some other things, if you go from the corner of your nose, this is his nose. If I go out to the corner, it's going to tell you how big the mouth is on both sides. If you go from the corner of your eyes, that's how big the nose is going to be, like that. There's a lot of different things you could see. If you go from the ear to the corner of the mouth, this is going to be like your cheekbone. A lot of different things to see. If you notice, his forehead's about 4 fingers wide. Most people are going to have a forehead that's 4 fingers wide. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the half portrait. So remember, this is what we're working on. So I'm going to take the half portrait, and what we're going to do is this first, okay? So we're drawing the eyebrow line, the eye line, the nose line, and the mouth line. Just like I showed you, we're also going to draw the outside of him, okay? So the next part, I'm going to just erase this so you can see how I did it, alright? So I'm going to erase all this. Okay, so now that's gone. The way I did it is so now I'm going to draw just the outside so you can see how I did it. So that's his kind of hairline here. So I'm drawing this side of him, alright? So this is his face. I'm just drawing the outside, alright? So he has this scarf that I'm going to bring in here. This is his shoulder, alright? Then I'm going to come in and do, just so you can see it better, I'm going to draw just his head shape. Alright, I'm going to look at that. Do I like that? Not really. So I'm going to just fix this part of it. And remember, if you're drawing a guy is going to have a stronger cheekbone and a stronger jawline than women are going to have, generally. So we're just going to put that neck in there that he has, make his face a little bit bigger. So now I'm going to draw the eyebrow line, the eye line, the nose line, and the mouth line. Alright? So now that you've drawn those lines, and I want you to practice this first before you start your final half portrait. Alright? Now that I've drawn those lines, I'm going to come back in, and notice I did draw that where his hairline ends. And the next thing I'm going to do is this. So you see the red lines where I've already drawn, right? So this is the eye line, eyebrow line, nose line. And if you have an open mouth, you should do the outline. But here's the mouth line. So then I just came in and I started practicing with another color what his face would look like. I do this so that way you can practice and mess up a couple times before you actually start your final. So I'm going to draw his eyebrows. Got some nice eyebrows. Nice thick eyebrows. I'm going to draw his eye. Remember, another thing about the face that you can see is that if you look, the eye is going to be about one eye length apart. So if I were to take Adele's eyes and put one more in the middle, that's how far apart they are. Your eyes are also going to be, if you look at the whole face, it's going to be about 5 eyes across. We can see that on this guy here as well. So I'm going to erase the eye line. So that's the one eye that fits in the middle. And here's the other eye that fits on both sides. Okay? That is what you have to remember. Okay? So, when I'm drawing this, I'm going to okay, it's supposed to be one eye apart. So I'll erase that now. But, now I'm going to try drawing his eye. Obviously, markers are fatter, so it's not going to be the same size. Like this little line there should be kind of gone. I used the back. But you can get a good idea. So, and then I'm going to draw his nose. Remember, If you haven't seen the nose or eyes or lip lesson, you should go watch that on DPNG. And then I'm going to draw his lips. Remember, his lips are kind of fatter. He's got some thick lips, but the bottom lip is always fatter. And remember, the middle of the eye downward, that's how far his lips are going to go. So here too. See? His lips are almost to that line, right? And then I'm going to shade in his mustache a little bit. Right. Well, that looks ugly. We're going to fix that. There we go. Alright. And then you're going to practice. I'll practice doing kind of his hair. I'm not doing it in a lot of detail, but just practicing. So that way when I start drawing, I've already practiced once. Alright? Alright. So that's going to be your tutorial. If you need help, something you can do is you can trace the other side that you're going to be drawing there, because it'll help your hand to start to get the shape, okay? So I'm tracing his eyebrow, I'm tracing the shape of his face, shape of his hair. Alright, that might help you to kind of get some basic shapes in there, alright? Boom, boom. And then I'll do his scarf here, because you are going to draw the rest of everything that's in the picture, right? Alright, so that is how you do your half portraits, okay? Enjoy.
She took the midnight train going anywhere, just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going